Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going through my AFL SuperCoach round 16 review and round 17 preview. As you know, most of us in the SuperCoach community have limited trades, and for me, I haven't even pondered basically a trade this week. I know that Whitfield is out this week, but there's probably going to be bigger fish to fry. And also with Whitfield, there isn't many guys I can actually get to. So I might as well hold firm with that one, even though he is out for this 1 week, because I just have a sneaky suspicion we're going to get a dual week injury, and that's really going to stuff it up. And also, there's no real rookies that I want to necessarily go to at the moment. So we're just going to hold tight a little bit and just hope the boys can turn it around a little bit. But anyway, let's jump into this video. So as you can see, I ended up scoring an 1829, a round rank of 46,475, and an overall rank of 18,596. Let's go to the team. We'll speed through this one. Wangani Malira, 117. Sorry, he was really good. And yeah, he's just been ultra consistent. And will probably, I'd hazard a guess, in the long run, end up around that D1 spot. I know Sinclair's right there, and I believe there's some others in that that spot, but he is very close to being top for the defenders, if not top. So you got McCarthy, Holmes, Ash, and then you've got Sinclair and Wang. And those, yeah, you can see sort of where my team falls apart a little bit, not having Holmes. Jack Sinclair, 89. He has been a little bit poor in the last couple of weeks, but I have confidence he can turn it around, because he usually does. Harry Sheasel, 60. That was a really poor performance from him. But the good thing is now that with Parker out and the lineups that North have for their game tonight, they're playing against the Western Bulldogs tonight, and I have confidence in Sheasel that he'll be able to do it well, because he is playing, it looks to be on ball. Zorko DMP'd, but took the captaincy for the day cost double up of 131. Callum Mills, if it wasn't for the 50-meter penalty, then he probably scores like a 70, 75. So it was disappointing him scoring that, and obviously probably means that he's gonna... I mean, I did say that he was going to be sort of a 90, 95 guy, and I feel like that will stand in truth, because he has had sort of a bad game, 2 good games, and now a bad game. I have a feeling that he bounces back this week against Freo, but we'll just have to wait and see. He does average 88 against them, but he averages pretty much that against any opponent. So hopefully he can bounce back this week and put up a strong showing for us. And then you've got McCarthy with a 101. That was pretty mega from him to do that, to be honest with you. So yeah, really happy about that as well. And then Whitfield, as we know, already out or named out this week, which is disappointing that he couldn't get up. But we do have options to basically make it so that it'll be fine in the long run. Sarong, 84, just got... It felt like tagged out of the game on the weekend in 84, but he's sort of been up and down in and around his performances. Butters, 1, 2, 3. Glad that I brought him in, even though he only... but yeah, a 123, it was huge. And yeah, he looks back to his best, to be honest. He will come up against Brisbane, but I don't know if they'll actually tag. I think they'll just let him run loose, which will be really good to see, because yeah, I would like to see him score some points, because I've definitely not had him in points of the season where I really wanted him. Nick Dacos, 131. He did his job. 131 is still a really good display. I know it was against arguably one of the easier teams to score against, but when he's put on a score like that, you take it. So yeah, really happy about that. Dawson scrambled his way to a 112. It's all right. It's not great, but it's still decent enough. And he comes up against Melbourne this week. Probably no VC there. And then you've got Bontempelli. I do expect him to go large this week, but I just don't know how large against North Melbourne. But you can just see his underlying numbers are really good. So there probably is a VC potential here on Bontempelli tonight as well. Caldwell, I'm glad to have him back, because obviously the DMP because of the bye. Because he is just scoring pretty consistently. Probably going to put up another 105, 110 this week as well. Doherty, glad to have that 103 in there, because it was massively needed. As you can see with this whole team, a lot of primos failed. But yeah, Doherty, 103, he's been one of the good pickups, but Obviously, I am worried that he could potentially just have a poor performance in there or something, or just because he hasn't really actually contributed much to the team. He's just putting up SuperCoach numbers. So that's been decent enough to have, but also at the same time, I'm like, can you actually just like look good for once? And then Liddy 61, kind of just a covering score. Gorn 90. Yeah, I mean, Brody Grundy, if anyone made that trade from Gorn to Grundy when Grundy was, I think, at like 560k or so. Let's actually just look at Grundy now. Grundy 707k with an 80 break even. But I'm pretty sure if you made the move here, you would have absolutely banked. After his, even just in round 15 and 16, he was 611k, and you could have banked him there in round 14 when Gorn was at the time 696k. So you would have made 80k, but you would have also profited. It was 216 points, give him about a 70 point holdover when he was on the bye. So that is about 286. But then we know, as we said with Grundy, 286, he's going to blow that out the water in the last 3 or so weeks. Well, he's also had the bye in the last couple of weeks as well. But he has gone 300 and... that is 329, 338. So he's up 120 points on Gorn in the same amount of games, basically, that you could have got it done in. So yeah, Gorn probably should have gone to him. Well, actually, it should have been in round 14, 678k. So you would have banked 60k, but banked 100 points in that time as well. In the last 2 rounds. So yeah, Gorn is probably needing a big performance this weekend, and comes up against Adelaide, who are actually one of the harder rucks from memory, but it might have switched around if I remember correctly as well. Tristan Cherry, a 111. He was big, but not absolutely mega. Comes up against English and Darcy, who I don't think are giving up too many points. So that could be a rough one to watch. And then you've got Bailey Smith on the bye, but has the Richmond matchup. So that'll probably be a captaincy option there. McRae, a 91. It's all right. It's not perfect, but comes up against Hawthorn. We'll see how he goes there. Kennedy, 89. I mean, it wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. In 89, sort of the same as McRae, covering score, I guess, especially in this forward line. Darcy, 73, not the greatest. He came out on fire. I think he was on something like 35 or 40 at quarter time, and even like 50 or 60 at halftime, and then just did nothing in the second half. Then you have Caleb Daniel, 96. He was pretty decent. You always take a sort of 90-odd score there, 95 score, especially in the forward line when they're generally 5 to 10 points a week or off. And then you had Horne-Francis here, a 49. Got subbed off at 3/4 time. Doesn't exactly look right. And yeah, so that wasn't the greatest there. I could use technically a trade to get Horne-Francis up to someone, but maybe that's something we do in the last 2 or 3 rounds. We risk it with our premiums with 2 or 3 rounds to go to get Horne-Francis up to someone, because that can, he's going to go down again, so it'll be rough, but we'll see how it goes. But he is Brisbane this week. I'm hoping he can put out a decent score, but not confident. Then we go to VCs and captaincies, and I think I'm going to honestly go just the obvious, Bont into Bailey Smith. I think Bont's due a get-back game. I know he's had sort of one up, one down, one up, one down for the last little bit. But yeah, I can see him going absolutely mega against North Melbourne. Last time out against North Melbourne, 123, but and then also a 157 and a 169. So I'm expecting a big game. And then you've got also Baz Smith against Richmond. I don't really expect him to do sort of nothing in that game, so expect him to have a really good game. So those are, I think, the VC and captaincy. Just looking at other options, I think Carlton do something towards Nick Dacos, and I don't see really a possible Wanganeen Malira VC or a Sheasel VC over the Bontempelli VC. So that's the way I'll be going, and I don't really have a GWS player that I because Whitfield's out, to go against that West Coast matchup. So I think it will be the likes of that Bailey Smith game, and that'll be that. And I have so many different options to sort of loop that I'm sure one of them works out of Gray, Simpson, Boyd, Camporelli, Gross, etc. There's so many options here that I can loop through, and it would work tremendously. As we know, Whitfield's already out, so that would be that, as we know by tonight. What would the score for Bontempelli was, that I'd be able to take that loop. But anyway, that is the video there, going through the AFL SuperCoach round 16 review and round 17 preview. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be the trade targets for both AFL Fantasy and AFL SuperCoach in the next couple of videos. So I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.